welcome back to biology. For today, we're going to do an investigation about coral reef bleaching. Last class, we talked about how in the Caribbean, we noticed how the reefs are dying, and we have a small talk about parrotfish and all of those things. But today, you're going to look at some data. And on your computers at this point, I notice that you all have the links already. You're going to go through that investigative proposal, and I'm going to come around and give you some feedback as you go through. There is other directions on the left side. I want you to scroll down, and while you're there, you will see some questions at the bottom. Please make sure you read through and follow through the proposal. There are 4 levels that I want you to go through. If you feel extra spicy and you think you can take on the higher levels, don't stop at 4, you can move on to the higher ones. But for now, I want you to do the 4. If you are finished, you can move on to the extra levels, okay? You have 2 minutes to get this done. Time begins now. Make sure that you move around on the graph and you notice the different colors. Think what the different colors mean and what that has to do with coral reef bleaching. All right, team, take a pause. Let's try to answer that question about the different colors. If you notice at the top, you'll see a dark blue, and in the middle, you'll see a very warm red. What do you think the dark blue represents? Haiti?
Cold temperature.
Cold temperature? Build on that, Kat.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Is question 1? Or is this looking at something?
This is a question that I'm asking. What do you think the colder temperatures represent? Or the darker colors represent? Yes.
I agree with Katie. I think that the darker the blue is the lower the temperature, and then the more orange it is makes the higher temperature.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if you remember from your geology, that nice warm line that goes across, that nice warm reddish color, where is that? Nancy? The equator. Excellent job. Now, if you notice, if you move along and you get to the part that has those green dots, the green dots represent where the coral reefs are. Are they in the warmer or the colder regions? Catherine?
They're in the warmer regions.
Can you say that again?
They're in the warmer regions because they're near the equator.
Near the equator line. Now, I know from experience living in Jamaica that Jamaica is really close to the equator line, which means that Jamaica is a warm tropical climate all year long. Are you guys from Caribbean as well? Or somewhere close? Yes. Nigeria. Is it close to the equator? Now, is there a coral reef close to the west coast of Africa? Well, take a look and you will see. If you are from South America, you will notice if you're in the northern part of South America, like Venezuela, Brazil, or anywhere close to Panama, you will see coral reefs right around that area as well. Okay? Now, the final piece that I want you to take a look at is the depth of the ocean. Now, while colors does represent the amount of heat, it also has to do with the depth. Now, which one do you think has the deeper ocean, deeper parts, where the coral reefs are, or where the coral reefs are not? Which one has the more depth? What do you notice? Yes, Subul. On the coast, right? Is that in the shallow or is that in the deep? In the shallow. Okay, so we have quite a bit of information here. We have that the coral reefs are in warmer temperatures. We have that it's along the coastline where it's shallow, and we know that this primarily takes place along the equator line. Okay, this is very important for you to know, because when you get into the second half of today's lesson, which is going to be about why it is that there's coral bleaching, you will recognize that all these factors have something to do with it. Temperature, location, depth, all of these things is what I want you to capture in your response for today. All right?